Hi, I'm Daniel Rolls from Target Internet, and in this video I want to talk about a slightly controversial content marketing tool. So if you listen to the podcast, you might have heard us talk about this in the Digital Marketing Podcast, and it's a tool that kind of solves a problem, but then if you look at it, you need to be quite careful in how you use it. So if you've watched our content creation video or listened to the podcast, we talked about how you could take content and share other people's content. So you might be writing a series of tweets, and those tweets might be saying, here's a really useful report, I thought this was interesting. And you're driving people through to someone else's website. But you're providing value by kind of filtering that content and pointing people in the right direction. Now that's great, and you're providing value, so you're actually being useful for your audience. But the downside to that is you've tweeted a link to someone else's website and you're driving traffic to them, you're not driving traffic back to yourself. So this tool kind of solves that problem, and it's called Sniply. And what Sniply allows you to do is you can tweet out a link to somebody else's website, but what it's going to do is it's going to overlay on top of that website a little call to action button. Normally it's in the bottom left of the screen, and you can customize that. And what happens is you go through this particular page of content, and then over the top of that you'll just see a little call to action saying, come to targetinternet.com for more digital marketing news, for example. So you're creating content, you're tweeting out the latest news on other people's websites, but you're trying to drive people back to your website at the same time. And when I first saw this, I thought, that's absolutely fantastic. That's a really great tool. But then you need to think about it a little bit more carefully. Is it really okay to overlay your message onto somebody else's website? Now, I don't particularly mind if someone does that to my website because they've driven the traffic through to me, and I think that's fine if they want to try and get people back to their website. But not everyone feels that way. And if you look online, all the conversations that are going on around Sniply, some people are happy with it, some people aren't. So if you are going to use it, I would say use it cautiously, because what you need to do is provide value. Don't just send someone through to another website and then just try and draw them back to your website with no real relationship between those two things. You need to be clear about the content you're providing or the value you're providing. The other way of thinking about using it though, is if you drive someone through to one of your pages, you can overlay a call to action. So you could get them through to a particular page, and you could then say, why don't you subscribe to our email? Or why don't you go to our video channel, whatever it may be, to get more of this kind of content. You can also use it for creating tours through your website. So I could send you through to one page and have a little call to action. You could click on that, and that could send you through to another page with a different call to action, a different message. And you can go through a whole series of these. So you can get quite creative in the way that you use it. So Sniply is an absolutely fantastic tool for overlaying messages onto other web pages. But if you're going to do that within someone else's content, just be a bit cautious about how you do it. You can go through and you can use Sniply for free if you're going to have under 1,000 clicks per month. Beyond that, there are paid for versions as well. There's also a plugin for most major browsers that will allow you to automatically snip the links that you paste into places like Hootsuite and some of those other social media management tools that we've spoken about. So what you could do is you could use Hootsuite for managing all your different social profiles. And when you put a link into Twitter, it will automatically snip that and actually overlay a message on top of it for you as well. So a really useful tool, but like with most of these tools, use it cautiously and make sure that you're providing value. So I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please subscribe, and I'll see you again on targetinternet.com.